premium SPG, otherwise known as a leFH, a leaf blower, or a leFH, and it's on the north spawn of Prohorovka under the command of rocket2me of W-UNI. Game on! Well, the last time we saw this Arty, it was in a battle on Studyanki, and rocket2me contacted me afterwards when he sent me this replay and said he felt a bit shamed that he didn't claim the victory because he sat outside the cap so long that the cap timer expired before he actually got into the cap because they were waiting to find, or trying to find, the last enemy who he felt would actually kill him if he went into the cap in any way. And although he's right actually to be worried about what the enemy Arty might do, he actually almost gave away a certain victory because they had enough time to cap out from where they were, and he could have just gone into the cap and sat there and taken the win. But he sent us in this replay, and I think it kind of shows that rocket2me does know what to do with his Arty. In fact, he more than knows what to do with the 105 leFH18B2 because he can play it very well when he wants to. And on this occasion, he wasn't being spoofed or worried about what the enemy might do. Okay. Now you can see from his position, he's actually placed himself quite a long way down the road from the normal Arty positions. They normally reside in grid squares A1 and A2, mostly around A2, but he's actually decided to go to the edge of B2 so he can get better shots on the enemy at close range. Oh, no, that one changed course just at the right moment to avoid that shell. But he's got a reload of 7.22 seconds, which is faster than normal, because most people have 7.51, but he's obviously got a good crew, and 7.22 is nothing to sneeze at. The standard reload, 8.92 seconds, so he's much better than that. And that M5 has got a death wish because he's just driven in, and he's out the game, and, well, we fired, unfortunately, so we've missed out on that shell. Now you get 50 shells in the Fifi. Fifi La Pew Pew, named after, well, by one of our members, not me. He called it Fifi La Pew Pew because it's French and it pews a lot at the enemy, so it got the name Fifi La Pew Pew. Almost like the after the Pepe La Pew, which of course was the skunk in the Warner Brothers cartoons. Well, it appears that the bombers are going in, and it looks like that M7 is right in the firing line, and he doesn't realise he's in danger. Whoa, we went straight through the field of fire there. But he managed to survive. Now we're loaded. Now, at the moment, he's not having a whole lot of success, rocket2me, because that M7 is able to change course fairly quickly. And by doing so, he's actually making rocket2me use up all his shells before he's ready. But sooner or later, rocket2me is going to make contact with that guy. And when he does, it could be fatal. He is rather close to the guy as well. It's not as if it's a long-range shot. It's actually quite close. Normally, you're safer aiming at the enemy when they're coming towards you or going away from you, because then they're going in a straight line. And it's just a matter of lining it up on the enemy and blasting. Okay, we've got an M4A1 suddenly got spotted. And he's making for the low ground, hoping that that will hide him. Okay, we've now also got another tank in, and it's a Churchill 1. He's gone into the bowl, and look at that, gets a lovely direct hit there. Now, this is where the heat rounds come in very handy, actually, on these vehicles. And look, at the M4A1's decided to use his gun depression on that ridgeline, but it's not going to work out for him if he keeps getting hit, and that's 117. Now, these shells are capable of 410 alpha, 53mm pen, 1.91 meters on the burst radius, and as I said, a quick reload of about 7.22 seconds according to the figures for rocket2me. Now we've lost sight of the enemy at the moment. We've got nobody spotting in grid square C1. That's normally where the bush is, and somebody would normally go up there, but obviously nobody is up there at the moment. So he's got another kill. Or he did he? No, actually the Mitsu 108 actually got the kill on the M7. But this Churchill is asking to get killed. And we're going to get some tracking damage here because we're tracking him. And yes, 375 tracking damage there, all because he tracked the guy and then he continued to take damage afterwards. I mean, it's not as good as actual damage, but it counts, and it counts towards the mastery as well if you get enough of it. M4A1, it's going to take another hit. In fact, it's a kill shot, and that's his first one from the game. The team is doing well. They're 2 up on the enemy. But over on the other side of the map, we can see a Panzer IV Ausführung H, who happens to be Unicum. Because look at that little purple square. That's his rating at the moment. His wargaming rating is purple. So obviously he's good. But the question is, how good is he? We've got a couple of tanks over there. Plus we've got one on the railway line itself. And, well, the guy's coming towards that one. Looks like he's going to try and use his gun depression. And if he does fire at our Panzer IV, we're probably going to spot him. And meantime, we've seen a Panzer B2 come in. This is a tier 5 game with tier 4 tanks in it. That guy is only capable of being seen by tier 5. Oh, we got a direct hit for 148. Now, did I hear the destruction of a Panzer IV Ausführung H? Yes, I did. The enemy Unicum just got wiped out, and we just fired another round at that Panzer B2, I should say, Panzer B2. And those guys are still there, but we've lost all the guys who were actually behind that area. The T6 medium went down, and now we're looking at a Lux who's gone into the bowl. Again, that's a bit snap. Best to wait until he's coming towards you or going away. That was a good hit. 110. It's a KV-1. Now, line up ahead of its path, or that looks perfect. Yep, direct hit. No problem with that. And seriously, consider using the heat rounds. Oh, okay, so he's not there anymore. He's moved. Now, we are running short on rounds, so we can't blast away willy-nilly. Okay, that Panzer B2 has actually come to the railway crossing using the Rex for cover. Now, we can penetrate that guy with the heat rounds, but really we can actually do it with HE. Lovely shot on the side. In fact, that's where, near the weak spot actually, the door on the right-hand side is a weak spot. The ventilator ducts or grid on the other side of the tank is also a weak spot. Now he's decided to pull back a bit and use these bushes over here for cover so he can attack the Lux and the Panzer B2. It also gives him some distance between him and the enemy tanks who are to the south of him, because we've lost a lot of our teammates and we're now 5 down on the enemy. So we were ahead, but now we're behind. Now again, the Lux. Oh, wow, what a shot. That was one worthy. That was really nice, that was. And he's just killed the M8A1 the same way. Oh, yes. So now he's got 3 kills. The KV-1's a one-shot. We just need one clean shot on target. And he's gone. That's 4 kills. Okay, who's next? We've got the Lux in the cap area. If he gets tracked at all, he's gone. Oh, we fired a round even though he was running away and he was dead already. But, oh dear, somebody using the... I think they're being rude, actually. Somebody writing on the map in text, and I think we know it was somebody who is out the game already. Okay, so there's only 2 left on our team now. The AT2 and rocket2me. Between them, they've got 6 kills, and there are still 4 enemy out there. But there's still every reason to believe they could win this game. He's targeting the G6. Gets a lovely direct hit and potentially the high caliber for getting 20% of the enemy hit pool. Stug is in the cap. He just got tracked. And now he's out the game, and that's his 5th kill. could be getting a Top Gun if he can take down the T6 medium. Oh, unfortunately, that round is not good. And he really needs that guy to come out from behind those rocks. Now, oh, it hit the ridgeline instead. Now, as I remember what I said, either stationary or coming towards you. Oh, he tracked the guy. He saw the track come off after the shell hit. And now the enemy's coming from the other direction. And we're being attacked by a Wolverine for 110. So he managed to get 176mm round into us. And we've got the T6 over there. There's only 2 enemy left. The Wolverine just got taken down by the AT2. Can we get a kill shot on this T6 medium? If we can, it will give us the lead. Oh, he got him! He got him! And that's a Top Gun. What a great game for rocket2me. And I think they sense they've got the win now, because the AT2 is headed straight down to the other end of the map. And I'm hoping it's going to go straight to the cap. It doesn't really matter if they do get the Gorilla or not. Just like last time, it was the Gorilla that was the last enemy tank in his battle on Stud Yankee. And now it's another Gorilla on the enemy team. We don't know where he is. But I have the feeling that rocket2me is going to do his best to try and find him this time. Either that or head straight to the cap area, because we've only got 3 minutes 40 left on the cap. And ideally we just need to get into the cap and secure the win. Look at the train of wrecked tanks along this road. Some of them left there by rocket2me. A worthy 6-kill game. The AT2 has 3 kills. I'm sure he would like one more. But if they were to platoon, again, they get a brothers in arms. All these trees knocked over. Watch out for the wreck. Nice. That was a T-82, I think. It looked like a T-82. Or maybe it was something else. It was a T-82. I'm correct. I've just looked at the team list. That was the other Arty on their team. Now, the Gorilla's not going to see us until he gets very close, because the Gorilla's got a fairly poor view range, but this thing's got 390 meters view range. So we're likely to see him long before the Gorilla sees us, unless he's in very good concealment. And I'm sure hoping that we do spot him, because if we do, we don't have to cap out. But the AT2 is heading for the cap area anyway, on the off chance that he can get into the cap, and then we will as well. Coming down through the trees, assuming that the Gorilla's here. It looks like he isn't. No, he must be over either by the railway line, or he's probably gone over by the hill by now. And that's the 2-minute warning, which means both players do have to get into the cap. And this was the problem we had with the last game, where neither of the 2 remaining players on the team got into the cap. They could have capped, either one on their own or both together. But unfortunately, it didn't happen, and they gave the Gorilla a draw, even though they didn't want one or they didn't need to. But now we're capping, and the moment we get in, the enemy Gorilla's going to start firing. Well, it's not just the moment. He might start firing any second at his own cap area, but he probably doesn't know where in the cap we are. We haven't had a 6th sense go off. Now, I'd say stay away from the camp. In fact, my normal rule is to stay right on the very edge of the map, because it's such a big circumference that you could be literally anywhere. And the Gorilla's been found, and the AT2 wants the kill, and he's going to take it out on the Gorilla. And the Gorilla fires, but it's more insignificant. Now, I don't think we've got a shot, but he goes down to the AT2, and that was a really good win for rocket2me in the Fifi and the AT2. You know, I'm so pleased that rocket2me redeemed himself and showed that he knows what he's doing with the Fifi by getting an ace tanker game in this win, and doing it by capping as well as eventually finding the enemy who did stick around to defend his cap, only he couldn't do anything to save them from capping and got wiped out. That was an ace tanker game for rocket2me of What University. He also got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage. Yes, the Fifi does have unusual attributes. It can spot the enemy and allow other teammates to get shots. And it is unusual to see a spotter badge on an Arty, but yes, this Arty does it so well. And so many of you other players have actually done it yourself. Got a spotter medal or even a patrol duty medal for being in an Arty and being the only one spotting 6 enemy tanks whilst they were damaged. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 20. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. And on top of that, he got a top gun for getting at least 6 kills in the game. And look at that win rate, 12,740. That's super unicum and a lot more. So I reckon rocket2me has shown everybody, yes, he does know how to do it, and he does know how to do it well. Because not many of you have got a win rate that high in a Fifi and in an ace tanker game with all the attributes. Let's have a look at team score. The highest damage was 2,616 hit points of damage. Second highest damage was the AT2 with 2,249. Third place went to the Wolverine on the enemy team with 1,949 hit points. When it came to kills, yep, he got that one as well. 6 kills went to rocket2me. 5 kills went to the T6 medium on the enemy team. 4 kills went to the AT2, who also got a Confederate in that game. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one too. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. And he's the only player to get over 1,000 base. He got 1,567. Second place was the AT2 with 888, which is supposed to be very lucky if you're Chinese. 888. And 561. No, actually, it's not that one. It's the Wolverine on the enemy team. 642 out of that game. He did a fair amount of damage, but he couldn't help his team in the end. He did get a shot into rocket2me, but it was quickly cancelled out by the AT2, getting his revenge. So the top in all 3 columns. Let's have a look at detail. 46 shots fired. So he only had 4 rounds left at the end of the game. He got 20 direct hits during the game and 4 penetrating shots. Now, can we guess which ones he actually got penetrating shots on? Well, I would have thought the Stug, because he actually hit that guy side on. Yes, he did penetrate it right through. Did he get the looks? Yes, because the looks was on the move, I seem to recall, and he got a very big hit on the guy as he was moving. Of the others, the M8A1 was sitting on the railway line. 405 hit points into him. He was just sitting there, and all of a sudden he vaporized. And the other one that he actually penetrated, well, was it the KV1? No. Was it the M4A1? No. What about the Churchill? No. So was it the Panzer B2? No, it wasn't that either. So which one did he penetrate? Well, we'll have to go down the list. In fact, actually, there was a few extra. There's the T6 medium, hit the guy from behind. And that was the penetrating shot, 382 hit points. And I think, I seem to recall, that was a blind shot as well, because he did disappear just as he fired, and then the shell hit and he returned as a wreck. So, good results there. Let's have a look at the rest. 2,616 hit points of damage, of which 1,736 were at more than 300 meters. So he actually did fend off a lot of enemy tanks, 900 hit points of damage on enemy tanks that were within 300 meters. 1 hit received, the Wolverine did penetrate, yep. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 6 killed, 1,619 hit points of spotting assist in that game. So a huge amount of spotting assist for his teammates. And I think that's because he got so close to the center line whilst he was spotting everyone. He also got 38 capture points while he was sitting in the cap and 1 defense points when he took out one of the enemy tanks. I think it was the Stug that sat sideways in the cap, and then he hit him. He earned 117,631 credits from that game. He got a 50,000 mission capture bonus, but wow, that is a huge total for a tier 5 Arty. And he also took away 5,641 experience points. It makes me so pleased to see this victory from rocket2me, because it just validates that he would have got a win the last time on Stud Yankee. He could have done it. He just, unfortunately, for some reason, he sat outside, worried that the Gorilla might take him if he went into the cap, and that would just leave his teammate with that enemy Arty. But in the end, it turned out that he learned a lesson from that game not to do that again. And this time round, oh my God, did he validate his ability by actually giving us such a great game to watch. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.